So I recently attended a women's seminar where we broke up into groups and everyone wrote down a list of things that they didn't think they did enough or were enough. Anything from who they were and their personality to how clean they kept their car. And this was such an eye-opener for me because I realized everyone in my group had so many of the same insecurities and just this miserable, horrible, critical inner voice. And it made me realize how much we really do beat ourselves up on a daily basis. And we say things to ourselves that we wouldn't say things to other people. Yet this is how we view and treat ourselves. So the other side asked me to make this video because they feel like perfectionism is a huge problem in today's society. And if it's one thing that they can impart to everybody, it's to catch that critical inner voice and calm it down and immediately turn it into a compliment for yourself. Because you are having, on a daily basis, an emotional response to your own thought process. So they want to try to reprogram, cognitive reprogramming, and create new neural pathways into your brain for positive thinking. So one of the things that they're very passionate about is social pressure to be perfect. Magazines and media telling us that we need to look absolutely amazing. Nobody's butt looks like that, ladies. I'm sorry. That's called airbrushing. Yet we have all this pressure on us to look perfect, to be perfect. And one of the things the other side wanted me to impart is that it's all about sparkle. That beauty comes from within. And when you're truly fortifying your soul and giving your soul what it needs, you just have this natural sparkle. You have this light in your eyes that just radiates out from your body. So it's really about health and fitness and the gas you're putting into your tank and how healthy you are. How well are you taking care of yourself? Are you paying attention to the mind-body-spirit connection and developing an overall wellness plan for yourself, but not sitting there scrutinizing yourself on a daily basis too closely? Because magazines such as Cosmopolitan really stress the importance of how to get a man and how to keep a man and how to satisfy a man, where all of the focus is really out there and on other people, where the other side is really asking you to focus on yourself and your own light. And it's important to think about how you can fortify your soul so that you can be the best you can be, shine your light, and help others that way. But it really all comes from within and starts with you. So unfortunately, that requires a lot of ignoring what's going on around you, and kind of having this frenzied energy about you and kind of pulling yourself back into yourself and being a little more cool, calm, loving, and meditative that way. Another thing that we have is financial pressure to be perfect. I used to have my own marketing firm. So guess what that means I did? It means I sold marketing to corporations. And so I had to have the air of confidence and success, and any money I made went straight to clothing and jewelry and my car. How clean is my car? It was all about being fancy. So that was the most important part of my sales persona, because if people didn't like me, if I didn't come across as successful, there goes my livelihood. I wouldn't make any money. So that's another thing that they're stressing is the importance of financial pressure. Now, the critical inner voice that I was talking about before, this is the personal pressure that we put on ourselves. And a lot of times this is obviously a result of what's going on around us. Shame is going to play a major role. Are you ashamed of your weight? Are you ashamed of yourself for what you ate today? Did you go off track with your diet? Do you have insecurities? Do you have impossible standards for yourself? Do you just hold yourself to this impossible standard that you can never meet, that's unrealistic? Is that loving yourself? No. Another thing is self-deprecating humor. Because of my knowledge of the law of attraction, I learned that you have to be very, very careful with what you say. If I get on a certain topic that involves a great deal of death, like the Holocaust, I will start attracting all the energies associated with that event. So I do understand now the importance of what I say. So I'm very careful about self-deprecating humor. I'm very careful about ripping on myself, about ripping on other people. I constantly tease my friends and we joke around a lot, but it is a little more lighthearted. So obviously I can appreciate if you're not being serious, but be very careful about constantly ripping on yourselves and that self-deprecating humor, because you are throwing that out there to the universe. Because as you know, law of attraction, we're all magnets. So the most important part of, I guess, fighting perfectionism is really self-acceptance and just accepting yourself for who you are. Lower your standards. Make sure your standards are realistic. You're gonna beat yourself up and you're gonna have shame if you don't get everything done on that to-do list today. Go easy on yourself. Say that you'll try harder tomorrow. If you didn't make it to the gym today, promise yourself you'll make it tomorrow. But this constant fight to be perfect is a perpetual losing battle for all of us. So I encourage everyone to look at themselves in the mirror, tell themselves how much they love their imperfect self, and give themselves a gigantic, fantastic bear hug. In the meantime, take care and be well. Thank you.